All righty, sir. I think we are live. Good morning. You're live not only on Facebook, but you're live on YouTube.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. Eric actually put together a deal where we could be live on two different places. So, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Prescott Times. Today, we have an update of what happened this weekend. But, Eric, you know how the story goes. How and what day is it today?
I just pulled it up and I lost it when I was setting all this up, and I've got it here. Okay.
Nice.
So this is good, right? All right. Today is National Eat What You Want Day.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds perfect for all those people that are on diets and stuff like that, man. I don't see, you know, I see a lot of people actually enjoying that.
Yeah, well, it's considering I think we're opening back up and a lot of restaurants are doing more activity. There you go. You can eat what you want today.
All right, and then there we go. Eric said it. It's going to be done. So, everybody, it's been a long weekend. I hope your guys' weekend was amazing. My weekend was definitely full of relaxation. And once again, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers that are out there. We ended up sending a video out saying, good morning. But at the same time, it was, saying thank you to grandma, great grandma, great grandma, daughter. So all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Eric, I love the new look. We got the morning show. We actually put out a post the other day to name our morning show. We had some pretty cool creative thoughts out there. I don't know if you read them. Did you happen to see that?
I was reading, so let's hear them.
All right, let me get to the post. But some of you guys were very creative in the things that you were actually wanting to put up there for us, and are actually wanting us to call it. But the thing is that I need people to like the one that they like the most, and the one that they like the most was kind of a joking one, where it says something Dells. Yell in the Dells or something like that. It was kind of a funny one. So I'm thinking that everybody had like a little humorous thing, but that was the one that had the most likes. So as the post said, whoever has the most likes is what our show's going to be called. So if you guys don't want that one to be the one that we name our morning show, please start liking the post. I'm sorry, trying to get to that post. Wait, I post so much, Eric, that I
I
literally
know.
lose my post.
I don't know. I wonder sometimes how you do it and how you keep up with it. So you should probably take like the top four and then make it a real survey, where people can check it.
Okay, yeah, you know what? We will actually do that, and we can do that here on the Prescott Times, and get the poll going. But we'll do that tomorrow morning when I got them all compiled. We're gonna go ahead and reshare that. But it was actually pretty cool to see that happen. Let me go ahead and did you see that for 10-day forecast?
I did. You know what? I sat around. Oh, I'm not gonna say sat around, but yesterday I was like, San Martin says it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. My phone says it's not. And so we sat there. I sat there, and it looked like it was gonna come in. It looked like it was coming. I was like, oh, I'm gonna give him a hard time on Monday. It's not raining. And sure enough, 8 o'clock got rain. 10 o'clock got
It rained.
rain.
It
Yep.
rained. I think our forecasting is getting a little bit better out there in the world. But I also follow, one of the most proclaimed weather stations out there. So it kind of shows, and I think how they usually run these things, Eric, is that one person will go ahead and tell the other person, like, "Hey guys, it's coming." And it's moving about this fast because my little thing is twirling. So everybody gets the information out there in a great quick amount of time. So that actually works out. Some of the cool things that are happening that we just might as well get into something as soon as I find it. But guess what? All the restaurants are opening up today, but at a 25% capacity. So they're still not open.
25%, was that the official number?
That was the official number for
Okay.
capacity. So you
I
have
did see a couple posts that you did that you were forwarding along from restaurant owners where they were not quite ready to open up quite yet.
exactly, and some people decided not to go ahead and open up, which you know what, they have the power to do so. It's not like, hey, make it happen type of thing. But guess what? You can open up if you guys want to open up. So that's a kind of a cool thing to get
It
the.
is. And so check times. Call. That's the biggest thing. Call before you go, so you're
Yeah,
not disappointed, and also call and check their capacity because 25% is nothing.
yeah, and you know what, guys? I mean, have compassion. I feel like a lot of people are getting into that mindset of, this is not cool, this is not right. It's taking forever to go ahead and get me my food. It's my I've seen a lot of things online. I like to you know grasp a lot of things that are happening in all of our groups. And one of the things that where people were saying is like, are you having a little bit different response from restaurants that are open, and then them using COVID as an actual like fallback, like, oh, it's COVID-19. This is the reason why we're acting the way that we're acting. So, be patient with the restaurants. Understand that everybody's going through some mental things. I mean, a lot of people are just kind of like in the air right now with all the things that are happening. It's just sad to see.
San Martin, if you're going to a restaurant right now, and you think it's going to be exactly the way it was in February, come on. I mean, that's unfortunately, it's not going to be the case. It's going to be a different experience. And so, these people have families, these people are worried about their health. Let, just kind of a little bit, like you're saying, a little bit of compassion when you go to the restaurant, because it's not going to be the same experience. It's not going to be the same as it's been before. It'll get back there, but for the time being, 25% capacity means they're probably 25% staff, and that's gonna be tough for a lot of people.
Yeah, it definitely is. So I finally found the post.
Awesome.
That's what I was doing this whole time, everybody. So guess what? Let's go ahead and go through it. Somebody just actually posted a bunch. And Jill, you went to town with this. It looks like you do this for a living. But anyways, let's go ahead and go down the list. There's not that many right now, but if you guys want to go back to that post and help out with the naming of this morning show, I mean, I like the morning show, but it's just too cliche. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. We got Whiskey Row Happy Hour. I mean, 8:45 in the morning. I'm not really thinking that it's a Whiskey Row Happy Hour type of an event. Um, Prescott Breakfast Club. Now that's cool, but I'm definitely not eating breakfast. The other day I was. I could have ate breakfast and had coffee. Time out with Prescott. I feel like I'm in trouble with that word.
I was gonna say, do we sit you in the corner?
Is it what?
Do we put San Martin in the corner?
Yeah, definitely. That's what exactly. Martine, time out, Prescott.
Still love it. These are all good.
Prescott's Morning Brew. That sounds good. I mean, drinking coffee. I got it. Then we could probably have a local coffee company to support us with coffee. The Prescott Scoop. Jill's going to town. I'm telling you, this is what she does for a living. Ooh, Prescott 411. Because that is information, Eric. The morning show on the square was the first one that got that posted by Tammy Settle. And that kind of sounds cool, but I feel like I got to be on the square to do that. The one that got
dress your background as the square.
now I could do that. That's for sure. The one that got the most likes, and this is the joking one, was the morning yell from the Dells.
I like it.
So I mean, that has the most likes. I mean, I don't know. I've never really like hang out in the Dells, but I could possibly just get the background of the Dells. Coffee time with Prescott. That was already said right there. Prescott Sunrise Talk Show. That sounds pretty cool.
Hmm.
Prescott across America. I say this because I listen from Dallas, Texas. Thank you, Linda, for taking your time and listening to us all the way over here in Arizona. Waking up with Prescott. Good morning, Arizona. I think that's already used, Susan. The Prescott Percolator. I don't know what that means.
Percolator is an old school coffee maker.
Oh, okay.
Circulate stuff. Yeah.
Okay, percolator. All right. I mean, am I actually saying that word right? Because I really feel like I have a problem with English.
It's okay. Yeah, you got it right. You're good.
Okay, so here we go. AM Times Talk. AM Times Talk. That could be cool if we probably like end it with something AM Times Talk vlogcast or podcast, or I don't know what you would call it. Prescott in the mornings, which I think we have talk show in the morning, right? Rise and Shine Prescott. Now this is the one that came out with a lot of like in-depth stuff. She just says square root, and I'm like, square root? What does that mean? And so the explanation went in. Prescott Times, you're on the square dealing with the root of the problem issue. The Prescott Times, Prescott Square Roots. Well, at least you spelled it right. So, I mean, there's a lot of cool things that are on here. um, and then the next one was what's happening in Prescott, live from the 863. And I was like, 863, where's she getting those numbers? And as you guys all know, that we are in the area code of the 863, 86301, 86314,
The whole area. Yeah.
It's Yavapai County. So I actually really, really like that. And nobody really capitalizes off of the actual day of the thing, as far as like the location that we are that we live in, which is Yavapai County. The other one was just Prescott, and it's obviously Prescott spelled like biscuit, Preskitt, and then Dawn Patrol. So we have choices, guys, and I feel like there's a couple in there that I'm really kind of like gravitating for, but we also said that we're going to leave it to the people to actually make this choice. So if you guys get on that post, please go and comment or go like the post or the one that you
I
like.
don't. Yeah.
It
Add
really helps.
more. We'll take some more names and some more suggestions, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And one of the cool things about the page, the Prescott Times, is that it's actually getting a lot of like traction, and people are starting to see the things that are happening here. And we're trying to get into a repetitious deal where we have something going, and we can tell to you guys about every morning that's happening in our area. And as of right now, we actually do have some things to chat about, and we'll get right into it. So, one of the cool things about Prescott, it has a lot of nonprofits, a lot of nonprofits such as the Prescott Frontier Rotary. We have people that want to go ahead and bring us information of what they're doing for the local community. And one of the people that sent this was Cecilia Jonigan. She sent me a thing so I could go ahead and send it out. And they it's basically collecting food for the less fortunate. So Ken Lane at Waters Garden and Steve Shiska from Olson's at their respective businesses will allow for a drop-off location for this coming weekend to help collect food for those that are less fortunate. So May 15th and May 16th, which is once again this coming weekend, that they are going to be doing public relations and getting some food donations, which is totally amazing because we do have people out there right now that are in need and that need food. So we still want to help out those that are in need, and that's cool when you see people wanting to come out of their little comfort zones and trying to help others that are in need. So that's awesome. Thank you, Cecilia, for sending me that this morning. It was really, really heartfelt to see that. I mean, I've done this for a lot of nonprofits organizations, so it's like everybody's trying to put their best foot forward and help out our community, which is needed. Now, the other thing that we're going to go ahead and jump into is what is actually happening with COVID-19. And as we actually discussed that we were going to see a spike in these numbers, which we did, Eric, we seen a spike in these numbers. Over 137,739 Arizonans have been tested for COVID-19 with 11,000 positive cases and 536 deaths. Now, once again, these are the numbers for out throughout all of Arizona. Population is definitely a number that we should, obviously put there. And I don't know the population of Arizona, but for these many cases, I don't know if it's good. But like I said, any death is bad, depending on obviously the death and how they were death. Now,
So San Martin, the total population of Arizona, it's grown from what I thought it is. It's 7.2 million.
okay, 7.2 million. And who knows what that percentage is? If some mathematician want to come out and say what their death rate is, that'd be dope. So let's go ahead and get those numbers right. 100 in Yavapai County, we have let's see. Yavapai County has tested 4,561 residents, 3,904 PCR tests, 657 antibody tests. Now, those two right there are kind of making me feel like leery. So, if they tested positive for the antibody test, they are going into the positive cases. Is that what I'm reading here? Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys so you guys can see what
I'm going to guess. I think it's positive and recovered, but something like that.
Okay. Can you enable my disabled screen sharing?
Oh, sorry.
No worries. So we have what do you call it? Has dominated. Okay, so let me go back to this. Yavapai County has tested. Let me see. Yavapai County has tested 4,561 residents, 3,904 PCR tests, 657 antibody tests, which equals out to well, let me see. Let me get this up for you guys so you guys can see what I'm reading. Which equals out to 180 positive, 13 recovered, and there is now 4 deaths. So these deaths are now categorized under the COVID death now. So we could probably look more into that, but I guess HIPAA is going to probably keep us away from actually acknowledging those the reason
Who
why
they are. Yeah, no,
how they
absolutely.
died.
Yeah.
And the only way that we could find out how they died is if the family comes forward and vocalizes who and what happened. Um, so the VA has reports of no hospitalizations from COVID-19 with 7 persons under investigation as of yesterday afternoon. YMC reports 2 hospitalizations with COVID-19. So out of the 180 positive, only 2 hospitalized. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I'm trying to look at the positiveness of this whole deal. Um, Although COVID-19 has dominated the news, other health problems have not disappeared. This is one of the biggest things right now, is because people are saying that because of the COVID-19, a lot of people aren't going to the doctors for some of the minor things that are happening in said person. The person is having like a heart attack, and they're like, no, I don't want to go into the ER. They don't want to go in there because of the fear of contracting COVID-19. Um, and should you do it through an in-person appointment or telemedicine? Okay, so this is the question: what are you guys doing if you guys are, in need of doctor assistance? I know a lot of people are calling their doctors, and a lot of doctors are just saying, "Hey, let's go, this have a Zoom meeting," without having the proper care. So I don't know how the doctors and everybody's doing their thing. I'm not a part of that industry, so we got to figure out how it's going down. But anyways, when should I go to the ER? Doctors across the country have noticed that patients with heart attacks, appendicitis, and mild strokes are arriving later than they should to the emergency room. You should go to the ER if you're experiencing symptoms that could potentially be life-threatening or cause harm if they are not addressed immediately. Examples of these symptoms include chest pain, difficulty breathing, face dropping, arm weakness, and speech difficulty, or acute injury or trauma similarity. If you are in immense pain, you should not hesitate to call 911 or go into the ER. Um, so, guys, don't 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 keep yourself away from getting yourself the proper care for your illnesses. It's just not going to be a smart idea. But I can see why nobody really wants to go to the ER, because you could possibly get COVID. So, anyways, I don't know. Did you go do your blitz testing this weekend, Eric?
I did not. Did
Wow.
you?
The heck no. There's a couple of reasons why. One, I don't want them to give me the whole like you don't have COVID, which means that I still am expecting to get COVID. And if I did have COVID, I didn't want to be a number.
Yeah, no, I mean, I understand the blitz testing was, you're there with other people, and that are there that could be positive doing active tests, and so it's just not worth being in that environment, just to know. And again, the stats are that just because you had it doesn't mean you can't get it again. So I there's it's an expensive price for a peace of mind.
Yes, it definitely is. And you know what's crazy about it, Eric, is that I wish I kind of got the COVID-19 during the lockdown, so I actually really had a reason to stay home. And now that if you are the doors are opening, and all of a sudden you guys get COVID-19, you are having to go in quarantine for 14 days, 2 weeks.
Mhm.
So it's one of those things where they tell you you have to do these things. So this is just crazy how all this is going down, and just weirding me out. There's a one thing that was going on right this week, past week, and everybody was resharing that the Alpine County extends emergency declaration for 60 days. Now, if anybody was actually reading what they were declaring, the declaration of 60 days, it was based off of them not opening up their county doors, meaning that nobody could go into their meetings anymore. Still, that the office is not open. So let me go ahead and read you guys what it was so you guys understand. At a regular board or supervisor meeting on May 6, 2020, the Alpine County Board of Supervisors voted to extend the county emergency declaration for another 60 days. Chairman Brown said, I would like to ask that we extend this about 60 days from today's date instead of the specific date of June 5th, which is only 4 weeks away. This declaration can be canceled at any time if the board feels that COVID-19 crisis has ended. Extending the declaration while the state of Arizona is also under an emergency declaration allows the county to receive state and federal funding to cover the additional expenses related to fighting the spread of COVID 19. Public meetings will remain closed to citizens, but anyone can send their comments or concerns to the clerk of board on current agenda issues. Emails should be sent at least 24 hours before scheduling a meeting to clerkofboard.web at yavapai.us. So basically, I feel like the extension was set up in order for them to go ahead and get funding for it being closed. So we'll look more into that as the it actually unfolds. But I'm pretty sure that it doesn't mean we are closing down Yavapai County, guys. The headlines just a little bit. What we love to call what they call it, Eric.
Clickbait.
Clickbait. So you guys got clickbait. But I don't feel like anybody actually read the story, so that's kind of sad too. But anyways, we live in a community or a life where we like to kind of like listen to the stuff that we want to listen to. But one of the things is that we got to do our research, and some of the things that I sometimes I'm guilty just as charged. Like I see something and I don't read it and I share it, and then somebody will come in with their fact checkers, checking abilities, and they basically fact check me. So anyways, I end up immediately taking it down too, so that kind of makes a lot of sense for me, guys. Anyways, we have let's see how many people are on with us right now. If you're there, say good morning. You got no good mornings? Good.
Yeah, we only got one. We got Jamie.
Jamie, thank you, Jamie.
So I guess salons reopened today, huh?
Salon's been open since Friday last week, Eric.
Okay.
And that actually was a very, very awesome thing. Everybody was happy. Everybody was in good spirits. It was
I
just
gotta ask because it's news, right? How are bookings? I mean, I expect a spike because people are getting shaggy, but I mean, how does bookings looking?
everybody is booked. Everybody is trying to get in. I mean, it's kind of crazy, Eric, but a lot of Californians are calling into Arizona. They said that they're going to either plan on moving here or they're coming to visit. Now they can't get their haircut in California, so they're coming to Arizona. Even people from Phoenix are just like, I'm just coming up to from Phoenix and wanting to get their haircut here. So it's crazy, man. There's a lot of people just moving from left to right, and I mean, it's it's insane, but it was great. A lot of people felt loved. I feel like when you have that done, it just makes you feel like a whole new person. So I mean, I was actually wanting to get in to go get my haircut done, and I kept on calling, and he's like, oh man, it's going to be like a 30-45 minute wait no matter if you get here now, you're going to have to wait 35-45 minutes at least. And I go to specific guys. So at Joe's barbershop, you could go there. There's no appointments. You could just basically walk in. But when you walk in, you would have to request the barber that you want in, and then you stand in line for that barber. And since my barber is Johan, he has a lot of people that like him. So he basically you got to wait, your turn for him, and my haircut alone.
So how's that working? Because you can't hang out at
No.
the place, right? Like I was, so I don't know if they're open or not, but I saw one of the restaurants downtown yesterday who normally used to have a huge line outside, and there was a huge line outside of people just like all over the place. I didn't know if they were eating in or if they were waiting on takeout, and so. Do any of these restaurants or hair people have a texting system or something like that where they're going to let you know when to come in or come down?
Yes, actually, we have. We'll just talk about Desert Rose. So Desert Rose, we put a sign outside, it said, please, text us when you are here. But since I was like sitting at the front desk, I could see people walking up, and we knew that people were walking in because they have appointments. So when they showed up to the door, I opened up the door, and the first thing that I ended up doing was checking their temperature,
Okay.
which was kind of weird because some people are hotter than they're supposed to be, man. And since it is summer in Arizona, I mean, you're gonna check them, and a couple people were hitting 100 degrees. So I was like, what do you do? Do you kick them?
What is the guidance? What are you supposed to do?
Eric, that's, I mean, I think that, okay, so this is how it went down. People came in, they were at 97, 98. People came in, and it's the one that you shoot at their forehead.
Yeah.
So again, if they're sitting out in the sun, their forehead's going to be a little bit hotter than most. So basically, they would come in with their temperature 98, 99, and I think 98, 99 is kind of like around the right spot. But at 100 and some odd degrees, you're just sitting there and you're just trying to figure out exactly, if that's good or if that's bad. And I'm no doctor. I don't know what to say. I mean, like, what do you do? So anyways, as soon as they hit 100 and they're like, oh yeah. And I was like, my next question is like, do you feel good? I mean, I don't know what to do, man. This is hard.
Yeah,
And
I didn't know if they'd set a value to where you have to turn somebody away at a certain temperature.
yeah, well, you should. I think everything is a suggestion. The suggestions are exactly what we are going by. But for our safety, we are trying to be as safe as our customer wants to be safe. Some customers are like, "Do I have to wear this?" And I'm like, well, it's not about you, it's about everybody that comes in here.
Right.
So we and then we have to let them understand. But the ones that are going to be a little bit more difficult to tell what to do are going to be the older people. And I'm going to be one of them.
Then they need it the most. Not you're not an older person, but the older people may necessarily need it the most.
Well, the thing is that they're the ones that don't care. They're the ones that actually like, I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm not going to do it. They're the ones that are actually putting up the fight, and they're also the ones that are probably around the longest to kind of like go through a lot of things that we have been through. And one of the things that they would love to do is be rebellious. So
Yeah.
it's one of their favorite pastimes, man. And anybody that's grown up in the 70s or 60s are definitely on that level where they like to question authority. So it's kind of
And I think that's healthy. But at the same time, I saw the best meme yesterday, San Martin, which was 10 weeks ago. There was one death nationwide. 10 weeks
for what?
for COVID. 10 deaths, or sorry, one death 10 weeks ago
Oh, really?
in
Wait,
in,
wait.
in the U.S. Yeah, one death, and then 10 weeks later we're at 80,000. And so you could be rebellious, but you can still be a little cautious and think about others. That's all. That's all I would say.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, Eric? It's just so crazy. I mean, because
It's crazy.
and even in the email that we had, it was like the one death that was being investigated. They were just investigating, but they already put it on the news release for the COVID-19. So it's just like, I mean, are you doing that for everything? Because I know that there has been, overdose deaths in the area,
Mhm.
also suicides, and also
Domestic.
accidental deaths, which is basically people and children
Mhm.
that have died in car accidents. So it's just kind of weird to see any of this happen. I mean, there's just so many uncertainties right now, and we want to be able to find out the truth about a lot of things that are happening. And once again, guys, I just want to let you know that all the information that we have, you could go ahead and follow the Yavapai County Health Department. You can follow the Yavapai County committee. You can follow the Prescott page. You can
Do
follow.
they still have the pretty website with all the graphs and everything? That's really great. Or is that
Yeah,
the
there's a lot of things that are being shown out there. I could probably put those graphs up, but I kind of like tend to get away from it because of a couple of reasons. One reason was because it was pastime, but the numbers were great. So I might be able to go ahead and just post it, and I won't show it on the morning show based off of the reason why is because it's almost like a full day late of the actual numbers that
Got it.
the county puts up there. So unfortunately, it's a great graph, but it is past time. So and we are dealing with today time. So that's the only reason why I haven't put it up lately. So I know it was a great graph. I just wish it was up to date, like every morning. If they could do that, then we'll put it back up. But as of right now, we're just going to have to put up what is actually happening since yesterday. And ideally, about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock 10 o'clock every day, I will get my update for the morning from Terry Fernidi. And if you guys don't know who Terry Fernidi is, it's a girl that we've been posting. They're actually doing now live videos and discussing the things that are happening. We'll probably get her. We'll probably get her on our page. You know what? I think I'll actually add her here shortly. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get her to, do a live interview with us, so we could talk with her about some of these questions and some of these things that are happening. I remember when we first started this whole COVID-19. I remember emailing them and asking them simple questions like, "Can you tell us how those people died, or what if their underlying death was, from underlying diseases, or how old they were?" And I think the first death was the person, the man was around 80 years old, and I think the other deaths that are getting accounted for are in the same area. So this is going to be something to question, but at the same time, to get that information might be kind of hidden from us. So
Yeah.
uh, we just got to see what happens.
HIPAA, right. So, all right, on other stuff. So, San Martin, we're seeing bookings start to increase, and you're right. There are people from out of the area. Lots of Californians, things like that are heading back into town because they're still locked down. So, that's what's going on. But it'd be great if we could hear from some of the local restaurants and businesses and find out what are they going to be open, what their hours are going to be, what their capacity is going to be. I think right now, like even going to Home Depot is like, okay, what are their hours? When are they, what is their policies? What do I have to do? Just going anywhere is like 5 minutes of online research and planning. And so these smaller businesses don't have that ability. So I'm hoping they're reaching out and saying, okay, hey, post this, do this, tell people that we're going to be open and these are our hours and these are our capacities and here's our policies, because otherwise, how the heck do you know?
Yeah. And if you guys have been following either the Prescott Day and Night Out or even the Prescott Times, you will see these postings happening. And if you don't see these posts, what you need to do is go to the bottom of the cover photo, and it will say follow. And then that box will come down and it will say see first, or there's those three choices: unfollow, see first, and just a normal follow. See first, it will be able to see all the things that are happening here on the Prescott Times, and we have a lot of information going out. So unfortunately, the way that the algorithm works for the Prescott Times or for Facebook is that it will come up in your newsfeed if it's like a suggested idea that you're looking for. So if you don't have anything that is well, I guess um, like linked up together, then you won't be able to see these posts. So you got to see first. So make sure you follow the Prescott Times and go to the follow button and say, hey, opt in to see us first, and then you'll see all these posts. Because, like for instance, you're stating that a couple of restaurants weren't wanting to open up because they don't feel safe, or they maybe something's going on. So Taj Mahal was that person, and Taj Mahal did not want to open up today, based off of whatever concerns that they have, but they are still doing takeout. So that's kind of cool. They still got something going on, or maybe they're
I mean, a
still.
lot of people are like you. I mean, you have to you have to modify your building to do this, right? You have to modify. So it's not even that they don't feel safe. It's just they got work to do to be compliant. 25%, San Martin. I mean, I can't stress 25% of a business's income. That's and policies and everything else. That's rough.
It is. It's definitely rough. And the way that we are acknowledging right now, Eric, is when I actually talk with, businesses like the local George Sting over there. He's like, my business is around 25-30% of what it's doing now, which is takeout and curbside and drive up. And then he says if he opens up the doors, which is today, then it's going to be the same thing, where it's going to be 25% capacity. So hopefully he will stay with the people that are doing the 25%, and then and then add the 25%. So they will be at 50%. So this is all percentage, guys. We are hoping for the best for all of these restaurants, and a lot of them are opening up. Uh, the the Farm Provision is opening up. Carmela's is opening up. Rosas is opening up. We have also beer and wine places are opening up. I for some reason, Eric, I haven't seen that posting of saying that bars can open up, but I've been seeing a lot of bars saying they're opening up on the 15th.
Yeah, no, I saw a couple of breweries say that they were opening up as well and they're ready to go. And so I'm guessing that maybe it's because they're a restaurant too.
Well, a couple of them are yes, that's the truth. The one that just opened up, which is oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite spots that just opened up. Um, oh, you guys are gonna be mad at me. It's right there on LaRue Street. It's the newest one that just opened up,
Oh,
man.
it's Gene's place. I can't think of the name of it
Yes,
either. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, no, that brewery right there. They just built that building, and it's they've got outdoor seating too, though.
yes, but they're opening up. They're opening up. It's like a restaurant and a brewery, so they actually get to open up, but only 25% capacity. So does that consider 25% outside as well, or is that capable of being open the way that it is? So We're going to find out a little bit more about this. But a lot of things that people are still concerned about is an outbreak and things of that sense. So a couple things that are kind of like coming up and arousing in the area for this whole COVID-19.
Lazy G, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, there we go. Lazy
There you
G.
go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Woo! That was hard for me, man.
It's a Monday. It's okay. We'll let it go.
Yeah, Mondays. My brain woke up this morning.
By the
And
way,
I'm like,
thanks,
oh,
Jessica.
yeah, thanks, Jessica. There's a lot of things that are happening, in our area, and it's just so much information that we could possibly get into 45. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just do the headlines. We're gonna have some more people online. Like I said last week, I ended up getting into. I had to finish some construction, so I was really unable to go ahead and fulfill a lot of the dates. But we already talked with the Prescott Valley Mayor. We are going to be talking with the Prescott Mayor, also with Chino Valley Mayor. We finally got in contact with them. We chatted with Maggie for the economics development out in Chino Valley. Did you know that they actually have 5G towers already out in Chino Valley?
I believe that. Yeah.
But that's totally a different subject. But anyways, got had a chance to talk with them, and we have so much more going on that you guys have to stay tuned. Eric, last week you went out. Ceci seen you out and about doing your thing, and she goes, oh, he went out to go do a live interview. I was like, yeah, Eric's out there, man. He's getting his feet wet. So that was pretty awesome, man. And to see all the people that responded to that live interview with what was his name, Eric?
So Dusty.
So yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's helping me not kill my plants.
nice, man. And a lot of people were like, because of him, they started their own garden. One guy was Jerry Cook, I think it was, said, "Oh yeah, I started mine because of you guys." And he lives in an apartment building that looked like, and he had a little garden on his patio sitting on the deck. So that's pretty cool, man. It's inspiring people to get their green thumb out, and that works out a heck of a lot. So
And speaking of, for those that don't do the seed thing because it's a little late for seeds, I was at Home Depot yesterday and they have a lot of plants that are already sprouted that you can get right in the ground. It's after Mother's Day, so you can do that right now. It's perfect timing for Prescott. They had lots of plants still.
yeah, so if you guys don't have enough projects on top of the projects, on top of now being able to go to work, here's something for you. But there's still a lot of people out of work. Eric, how is the whole business PPP loans? I know that we're going back to work, but we still got to recoup the loss, man. So how's that looking?
So it's tough. I mean, we're still seeing a lot of businesses slowly close up or reduce staff or, condense their number of locations, stuff like that. But that PPP loan's still out there and they're processing it quickly. So if you really, if you need it and you qualify, definitely get that in. But even contractors now, they're processing those loans and there's some money left. So if you are a contractor, or you can go get your own PPP, which can kind of supplement some of your income, some of your lost income.
Yeah, see, and that's something that could definitely make you guys feel really really comfortable in doing your thing. So we are hoping for the best for everybody. Today I got a meeting with the chamber and the ambassador meeting, so I'm going to see exactly what they got going on and seeing what we're going to be doing to help revitalize our local businesses here in Prescott. And I think that we had something that happened on Monday, which was a webinar, and on the webinar we were trying to communicate with other businesses on how to and how to be do online business. And I think we're going to have to put up another one because I felt like I didn't have enough time to go ahead and explain myself. So we're going to try to put up something else to go ahead and help out local education, local businesses, and educate some of them that do not know how to use social networking for their own benefits, and try to keep you guys going. So we're going to try to put something like that together. But
Cool.
anyways, Monday is now upon us. I don't. What do you have planned for today, Eric?
Work, lots of work, my friends. I mean, that's kind of where it's at. I think everybody's kind of ready to get back to it, and that's super exciting. Do it safely. Do it the right way. I think we have the opportunity here, hopefully, to see a bunch of businesses come back strong. And I know you want to do a bunch of on-site interviews and stuff like that. So hopefully the businesses out there are really thinking about those kind of things, making sure that they're getting in front of people to let them know what's going on, and that's what we're stressing. And also, don't forget, we are, and I think we still have to work out some of the bugs, but we are streaming on YouTube now as well. So please like and follow the YouTube page.
Yeah, we're going to try to put as many videos as possible. Guys, this is going to be a whole nother level of local information coming straight to you from us. One of the good things about this is that we are weeding out all the information so we can go ahead and give you direct information for the local area. Also, let you know what's happening here locally in Prescott. A lot of events are going to start coming up. I've been seeing a lot of people gearing up and planning for the future. Me myself as well. We're going to be trying to get into contact with the Elks Theater, see if we can go ahead and keep the date for July, the end of July, and try to do a big event. I feel like July, the end of July, will probably be a good time to maybe put some people together for my optimism, Eric.
Yeah, no, it's good to be optimistic. Hey, I got to mention it because I've been working hard to get it done. Your video has been perfect this time. So I think we finally got there. I think your box is working. Finally got you the right parts. It's pretty exciting.
Yes, that actually works out a lot, when things work well, guys. So one of the cool things that are going to be coming up, we're going to be talking with a lot of people. Like I said, we're going to be interviewing the mayors and see how everything's going within the city. We're probably going to actually get caught up also with Prescott Valley Police Department and also Prescott Police Department, seeing how everything's going with them, just to brush us up with what's happening in the area. And once again, there's a lot of events that are happening online, guys, and still you need your participation. So if you guys are stuck at home and you need something to do, we still have that stuff going for you guys. The drive-in movie on May 29th is still going to be happening in Prescott Valley at the Finley Toyota Center. That's going to be called Space Jam, or the movie is going to be Space Jam. So get ready for that. That's kind of something fun to look forward to. But besides that, there's still the opportunity to go out and enjoy our local parks. And remember, those go. You're gonna be
Parking
charged.
fee
Yeah, parking fees are gonna be back
Tuesday,
up
Tuesday tomorrow, right?
the 12th. Yeah, which is tomorrow.
Yep. No, excellent. No, lots of good stuff. The weather's beautiful. I mean, if you're not working, go outside. If you are working, hopefully you work outside. Uh,
It's going to be beautiful, guys. I mean, and so many people love the weather for this week. I mean, we're seeing 70, 70, 70, 75, 76, 78. And if the casinos were open, this might be your sign.
Speaking of, when are the casinos going to reopen? Any word on that?
Man, I have no clue. I have no clue. I really don't. There's some things that we do know, and some things we do not know, and the I feel like the governor is that ninja. He's a ninja. He comes in, he says something, and then he gets out.
It's like food slice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He comes in and he freaking chops everything up and arouses everybody, and then all of a sudden he's gone.
Yeah.
So we got to
Well,
see exactly what's happening with him. I'll keep updated. I'll see what I think the reason why people are gearing up for May 15th is because he says that May 15th is when the declaration ends again.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes
So
sense.
that could be also the reason why everybody's like, yeah, we're going to be opening up.
Yeah.
So see what happens.
I think the list of what's closed right now is smaller than the list of what's open. So I think we've definitely transitioned to that today.
Yeah, and once again, I think a lot of reason why we're not going to be getting too much business is because the fear that people have of getting COVID-19. So we got to see what happens. Only time will tell where we're going to be this coming week. But with that being said, Eric, I am done with Monday report. If you guys want to see more, please follow our page. If you want to see it up to date, also say see it first, and then you will be able to see most of our posts whenever we get it posted. And yeah, there's a lot of information. So guys, I can't cover it in 45 minutes, so you're going to have to read it when I post it. The last week I've been kind of consumed by a lot of things. So we've been basically getting the information and posting it straight to our page. Sometimes we actually take it and we give it back to our website. And we really, really would love for you guys to go check out that website because there's a lot more information there for you guys to go ahead and consume. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen the PrescottTimes.com, go check it out. We have a lot more information there as well.
Excellent. So last words for today, my friend.
Peace, love, and happiness. This is what we live by in Prescott, Arizona. So everybody's hometown. Enjoy your day. It's going to be a little bit of a humid day, but at the same time, it's going to be a Prescott day.
Awesome. Love it. Have a good day.
Bye.